should let me love you forever, forever. I wanna love you. Will you let me love you forever, forever and a day, 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 day.
Happy Friday! Happy May Day! May 1st is actually a holiday in Ghana, so happy holiday May Day in Ghana as well. And it's May. I was just telling Abby that it's Gemini season coming up, and I am excited about that. Welcome to CW Online, The Melanated Way. I'm Linda. That is Abby. We're covering all things 90 Day The Single Life, Season 8, Episode 9, The Act of Monkey Barring. And I thought about that. Abby, have you... As a kid, did you guys, first of all, do you guys call it the monkey bars?
Yep.
Okay. Did you play on the monkey bars?
Yep.
Were you good?
I was very good at monkey bars.
Same. Same here. I was like a little gymnast.
Yeah. And I feel so lame now because I literally cannot go from the first to the second now. Like my upper body is so weak now.
Mm-hmm. It reminds me of this girl that's going viral that I reposted it because it was so funny. She was hanging on the monkey bars and she's like, "Oh no, help me. I'm going to fall off the cliff." And like 2 seconds later, she's like, "I'm dead." She couldn't hold her upper body strength, had 0.0. It's hilarious. Yeah, let's get into it. We start off with Sophie, Julia, and Liz. And I gotta tell you, like this whole like girls trip, this would be like a nightmare to me. Like I love girls trip, I love traveling, but like the drama of it all for such a short period, like make it about the trip, make it about the experiences. Why are you guys making it about men and drama? You know what I mean? It's just not worth it to me. But Julia, and shout out to Julia because I really do enjoy her, and I also do think that she's a true girl's girl. Like she is the mediator, she's the jokester, she's the fun maker, she is the peacekeeper, all the things. Like she just really makes it about the experience, and she's always like fixing stuff. She's a true girl's girl. So she's the one that invited Liz because they haven't seen her in like 4 days. Since that fight that Sophie and Liz had over Pedro, where, you know, Sophie took it too far as I'm concerned, didn't even give Liz an opportunity to tell her side of things, you know? So they're finally meeting up after Sophie was upset at Liz for talking to Pedro, quote unquote, behind her back. And I was like, behind whose back? She didn't even say anything. Hey, Tina. Hey, Radella. Garbage. Just garbage. And Liz feels the same way, Abby. She's like, you know, shutting out a friend on a girls trip is very mean girls energy. And I agree 100%. You invite your friend over, let's go travel. And then you're doing all of this. And then 4 days, you don't talk to her for 4 days. 4 days, Abby.
That's ridiculous.
It couldn't be
4 days. I'm on my own trip.
That part. I'll see you. I'm ziplining. I'm ATVing. I'll see you if I see you. Deuces. Like it couldn't be me. So Julia reached out to mend all the issues, and then this is where we hear Sophie. Sophie says she's overwhelmed. She's been overwhelmed since she got there. But she realizes that she came down too hard on Liz, and she also realizes that she was projecting her trauma, her insecurities, all of those emotions on Liz. Meanwhile, Liz is like, yeah, like, I don't want any more drama. I don't want the pettiness. I don't want the drama. I had no malicious intentions toward you. I didn't mean to harm you. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. So I'm sorry. And I hope you know that. And that was such a heartfelt sorry, because she didn't even have to say sorry because she really didn't do anything. But again, Liz, girl's girl, Julia, girl's girl, Sophie, not so much. I feel like Sophie makes men the center of her universe. Everything about her is about a man. Not even experiences, not even bonding with your friends, not even healing with your friends over a breakup. It's about what man can I make the center of my life for this moment. And I say that because they make up. Sophie says, you know what? I'm sorry as well. I was emotional. And yet, guess what? I met a guy. And Liz is like, wait, what? And she's like, let me explain. There was some family drama. I met Pedro's family. The mom is the worst. She was talking about the eggs and the banana. And that's why I'm not being super close to him, or I don't want to be in a relationship with him because I haven't had the banana and eggs yet. And then the sister, you know, the sister is the sister. And says that, you know, you are not good for my brother, yada, 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 yada. And so she's like, yeah. So I went on social media and I met a guy. And this is the guy. We haven't met him yet. And she's going to go on a date with him. What were your thoughts on that?
Of course she would be messy in this way. So technically there's nothing wrong with her going on a date with somebody. But is it incredibly messy when you agreed to go to the Dominican Republic to see Pedro? It wasn't, oh, we're going to be in the DR at the same time. Yeah, it's messy, but she's a messy person.
Hey, Susan from North Carolina. I think that this is okay. So I'm stuck, and I'm stuck, you guys, because as you guys know, I think dating is dating. If you're not in an exclusive relationship, that's the definition of dating. You go out on dates with multiple people until you find someone that you're like, hey, I just want to get to know this person one-on-one exclusively. I think that that's the definition of dating. However, I don't think that Sophie's in that space. I think Sophie has been dating Pedro exclusively since they started dating. Because again, you guys remember, this is not their first trip. They've been on multiple trips together. He's talking marriage and babies. He invites her to the Dominican Republic for his sister's birthday to meet his family. That's not casual, like, hey, I'll see you when I see you. That's like, I'm trying to take it to the next step because we've been exclusive. I want you to meet my family. So I'm confused also, and I don't know how it works, and you guys can explain it to me because but you went on what social media in the Dominican Republic? You went on a dating app, because these right here look like dating profile pictures. Okay. You went on a dating app and changed your location for locals, because you didn't just go on Instagram and this guy popped up and then all of a sudden you guys are talking. You didn't go on TikTok and all of a sudden this guy popped up with his pictures. You went on a dating app, so say that. So you went on a dating app while this dude flew you to the Dominican.
Yeah. And see, I do think that she is free to date whoever she wants to, but why does her activity in the Dominican Republic have to revolve around dating as opposed to, I just shunned my friend for 4 days. Let me find out what activity we can do together to reconnect. Like, why don't you want to build relationship with your girlfriends? This is why you can't, I don't think that you can really have a good, deep, true relationship with someone who is male-centered, because they're always going to put you off in favor of doing some activity with a man. Your conversations are going to revolve around the man. Your scheduling of time together is going to revolve around a man. And like, how special and important can our relationship be with somebody like her? You're going to yell and scream at me, but you'd never do that to a man. Absolutely not.
That's it. Absolutely. Susan on Facebook says Pedro's mom and sister are crazy. Those are facts, Susan. Those are 100% true facts.
Actual, factual. Yep.
Actual, factual. Do you want to add anything? I do also want to say that I'm a little disappointed that Sophie is again so male-centered. I was hoping that this trip was really going to be showing us a different side of her, where she was like, hey, I can be a girl's girl, because I'm not seeing that part of her on this season.
Right. I came into this season actually feeling really good about Sophie. I had good feelings that were long lasting from when we last saw her on The Last Resort. You know, I was rooting for her, but her behavior has been really bad. She's not getting a good edit, or her behavior is just bad. One or the other, or both.
Facts. Hey Cherokee. Cherokee says, "Hey ladies, just joined in, and I think it's messed up online. So many people are in support of Sophie, but if Pedro flew out to Sophie and he did that, it would be a huge issue." Agreed. We just talked about that, Cherokee. We just talked about that. If you're flying someone out, you're thinking that it's more than just, hey, casual dating, I'll see you when I see you. And if you guys think I'm wrong, let me know in the live chat. Let me know in the replay, but I know I'm not wrong. Because, you know, no is serious business. I am not in the mood to be personal today.
Right.
All right. Do you want to add anything else before I move on to Vanya?
Yeah, let's go to Vanya.
Overall thoughts on this?
I don't. Okay, here's the thing. People, gals, guys, thems and theys. You don't need to ask someone about a behavior that you don't like. If there's a behavior that person has that you don't like, you just walk away. You don't need to ask, you don't need to say, "Hey, when you slammed the door in my face, it hurt my feelings. Is that what you intended to do?" That doesn't need to be a question. The act is what the act was, and now you feel how you felt. Just walk away. There's like, what are they gonna tell you in answering that question? Well, I just slammed it because I was frustrated that day. Will you forget? What does it matter? Okay, what does it matter? Just they that's who they are. They did it. That's who they are. These people are not in their 20s. They're not in their teens. They are adults who are exhibiting the behavior that is who they are. So I don't know why Vanya needs to talk to him to know that that's who he is. Sorry.
Girl, no, you are not wrong. Here's my thing. I'm exhausted by her. Like, I don't even think that Vanya, and there's nothing wrong with her, you guys. It's just my personal preference. I couldn't be friends with her because why is everything a discussion? I'm exhausted. We're always having discussions. You guys haven't even been dating for even a month, let's say. You guys are friends, been friends for like a year or whatever it is. But why is everything a discussion? Oh, like Abby just said, oh, this guy hung up on you. Okay, he hung up on you. Is that crossing a boundary for you? Because if it is, just keep it pushing. Why is this a discussion? Why is it a discussion? Are we friends? Or are we in a relationship? Why is it a discussion? Are we going to celebrate my birthday? Or are we not going to celebrate my birthday? Like, I'm all about communication, you guys. I really am. But what we're not about to do is we're not about to talk everything to death. Some things should just be common sense. You should know yourself. You should know your boundaries, and you should know what you like and you don't like. And if you haven't had that conversation up front, then that's on you. But what we're not about to do is have that conversation. We're not having a big discussion, Abby, every single day. Mm-hmm. Not every day. Every time I see you, you and I have to have a deep conversation. Absolutely not. No. Absolutely not.
No. And if that happens, I really think that you're just not meant to be. Do you remember what I told you about that guy who asked me if I wanted to go to couples counseling? We had only been dating for 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
I tried to break up with him, and he was like, "Oh, we should go to couples." I was like, "It's been 3 months. There's nothing here for us to go to counseling about. I don't like the things you did. Now I'm leaving." That's all you got to do. Couples counseling? Are you kidding me?
And you guys know me. I mean, and I've actually been told this multiple times, but again, that's, if you know me, then that's who I am. But I'm not one of those people that's, first of all, if you cheat, that's it, we're done. I don't have the capacity in me to forgive and keep pushing. Some people can. That's absolutely not me. But also, if I'm dating you or in a relationship with you and it's not working, I'm going to have a few of those conversations, right? To see if it's something that is worth working out. But when I'm done, I'm done. That's it. And I've been told that my cutoff game is a little harsh and swift, but I'm not wasting my time, and I'm not going to waste your time. Right. That's how I feel about it. Like, if we're done, we're done. Go live your best life, and I hope it works out for you.
Right. And good for you. I applaud that. I applaud every person that I meet who's younger than me who walks away faster than I did.
Can't help it. I don't know if it's it's definitely a Gemini thing. I've seen a lot of things online. I'm like, that's me. Oh, that's also me. Yeah. So Tony's upset. He feels like this trip has been a disaster so far. And Vanya is feeling that from him. So her and Sanella are having like a little bit of coffee, and she's catching up on what happened, right? She's asking her cousin, hey, what happened? What did you say to him that he had to storm off and go to bed? And she's like, I didn't do anything. I just asked him a couple of questions, which was true. So Vanya also shares with her cousin and with us that there was an issue before he actually arrived. And she, quote, saw a side of him that she didn't know existed. And she's not sure if it's a deal breaker or not. Well, first of all, this whole sentence is dramatic. I thought, Abby, something major happened. And we find out that while she was getting her permanent makeup done by her cousin, that Tony was calling her and calling her and calling her, and she didn't answer. And when she called back, he was angry because he couldn't talk to her. She wasn't at his beck and call. And so he got angry and hung up on her. And to her, that's the rudest behavior, and she doesn't tolerate that. And the cousin agrees with her. It's like, that's too soon, right? It's a red flag to her. And freaking out because you can't reach someone who you just started dating a couple of weeks ago, a month ago, is not a good thing. And cousin thinks it's controlling. Now, here's the thing. If you don't like it, like, you're not hanging up on me. If you're hanging up on me, I will call you back, and I probably will cuss you out. And then I'll decide if I ever want to talk to you again. What would you do, Abby?
I don't know, because I've never been hung up on. I don't know. I can't even imagine that I would want to still speak to you or see you. Like, he wouldn't have arrived to peace, that's for sure. Like, the way that he was still able to arrive and she still introduced him to her family, that wouldn't have happened.
Listen, she needs to know what she wants to do. If this is a deal breaker to her, then why are we in this? Are we in it because, just like Emma, you just want to be in something? You don't care what it is. You just don't want to say you're single anymore. You want to be like, hey, I'm in a relationship and this is my man. Because what's the standard?
Yeah.
I think you know the standard, but I think that you're putting what you really want in life versus having a man. That's what it looks like.
Well, I'll give you a little hint, Vanya. If you say you don't know if it's a deal breaker, that means it's not a deal breaker. Because if it's a deal breaker, you know that.
Facts. So I think Vanya isn't good at picking men, Cherokee says.
I think it's a twofold problem, Cherokee. I think that men are very hard to choose from. Like, it's difficult when you're dating your natural predator. So like, it's not a good choice to begin with.
Oh, and Lord.
Then, like,
oh, Lord.
And then I think that her ability to choose is also, I think her ability to choose is a little off. But also, the lot of them, it's like, I got to choose one rat to live in my house with me.
Oh, Lord. We clip that because, Abby, you are on a crazy roll right now. Listen, dating in 2026 is absolutely trash. Don't get me wrong, but I'm still a romantic at heart. And I still believe that there's got to be at least 0.01% of great men out there. It's got to be. There's got to be. But yeah, it's slim pickings. It's like, what do they say? It's finding a needle in a bunch of needles.
Wait. A needle and a bunch of needles?
Yeah, you ever heard that before? I know. No. I have that one. I have that
No.
right. It's not a needle
A
and a
needle
haystack.
and a bunch of needles?
A bunch of needles.
I've
Yes.
never heard that.
And
However, I'm stealing it because I like it.
yeah, it's true. It's like you're just getting poked and poked and poked for no reason. You're looking for a
Mhm.
friggin' needle. All the needles are just poking you for no reason. Oh Lord. Okay. So they're not off to a great start. I don't even know if their friendship is a real friendship because usually, friendships make the best relationships because you want to be able to hang out with that person and enjoy that person's company. But I don't even think that they had a real friendship foundation to begin with. And that's why this relationship is rocky. And it's also rocky, Abby, because he never wanted to be in a relationship with her. I'm still confused how we got from, hey, I'm not into you like that. I can't promise you that I can give you that. I'm not in the mindset to give you that, to the very next episode, him saying, yeah, I want to be in a relationship with you.
Yeah, I don't get it either. I've been struggling with trying to understand, do I not see them as a couple just because I don't see them as attractive people, or because there truly is just like no chemistry there?
There's no chemistry there. I don't see it at all. And also, if any of you guys know true 90 dayers that have some time, or you just know, what type of doctor is this guy? Because I just find him very slobbish. Like, and I don't know any doctors that are this sloppy. Like sloppy, like t-shirt, looks like it was like 1,000 years old, always hot and sweating. And when I feel like people are hot and sweating, yes, I know you're in Florida, but like there's something else, there's an underlying issue. And if you're a doctor, you probably know, um, is it alcohol abuse? Because that could be contribute to it. Like, I don't know, but what kind of doctor are you? Because you're not giving me doctor vibes. You're just giving me slob vibes, and I don't like it. And also victim vibes. Because then here's what's gonna happen. Tony made plans to go paddle boarding, and again, for someone who's like a planner, I just don't. Okay, how do I say this? You made plans to go paddle boarding, and you had all this drama in the morning. You woke up and you didn't like confirm your paddle boarding reservations. You didn't look at the weather because you're going to be on the water. I was just at the lake last weekend. I wanted to go canoeing, and we didn't go canoeing because it was not a good time. It was too cold, etc., etc. But guess what? We looked at the weather. We looked at what, like, you just drove there, and then they're like, hey, yeah, no, you can't go because there's going to be a tornado. And then your backup plan was to just walk around and do what? Have another discussion about nothing? Like, Abby, absolutely not. Absolutely not. So Tony says to the producers that he didn't have a good night's sleep. He's totally playing victim. Boo hoo woo. You didn't sleep because Sanella unleashed on you, and you just feel so alone, and everyone is ganging up on me. Oh my God. What? Tony, what? Why are you the princess in this situation? Why? So he's glad to get out of the house because there's so much tension in the house. Is there? Because also, Abby, my issue is like, what are the issues that they're fighting about? So one, they're fighting about him hanging up on her. And second, they're fighting about Sanella confronting him about if he's serious about being in a relationship.
You know what both of these things boil down to? He has no swag. He has no personality, no humor, because Sanella could have asked him those questions, and if he had any personality about himself, he could have made it into like a joke, or, oh my goodness, you already know all these things. We're already getting like really deep with each other. Like, make it a fun conversation, show some personality. You getting frustrated on the phone because she can't answer the phone right away. Okay, stop. Get yourself something to eat if you're driving over there and you've got a little bit lost. Pull over on the side of the road. Talk to a friend. Play a game. Like, just have some business about yourself, man. Stop being such a little...
And also, are you a doctor? Don't you have doctor duties to do? Don't you have a periodical to read? Don't you have something to publish? Can't you talk to your assistant and say, like, I'm out of town? What appointments can you put? Like, you just have time to call and call and call and call and call this woman. Like, I'm just trying to figure out what type of doctor you are, because go to the gym, by the way, too. Like, do something that I just don't. Abby, I know that was terrible. I take it back.
You just don't like him.
I just don't understand. I just don't understand him. I think that like, you can't. Okay, with women, friends, Abby, you can't have it both ways. You can't be like, I'm the man, I'm in charge, he says, and he likes to be in control, and we'll get to that. You can't be all of those things and then be crying like a little bitch. You can't be. It doesn't make sense to me. And like, did you not have your own life before you met her? You're calling her 20 times while, like, and not even an hour, because she was just getting her permanent makeup retouched, not done, retouched. That doesn't take that long. So you can occupy yourself. I'm just trying to figure it out. And I think that's what it is. I'm confused. You're full ass, grown ass man in your 40s, and you're crying like a little child. Just like Cherokee said. Exactly. He acted like a child, just like a little child. I don't get it. That's the part I don't get.
Look at what Tina said. The dating pool in my area is filled with pee and poop and Lisa.
And Lisa's. Oh, Lord. That's funny. Okay, so they're having another discussion. So they're on the beach. He is complaining that Sanella came out hard on him, a lot of history from a while ago, and he just feels that she has something against him. And my note literally says he's red flags. He's all red flags. And he feels it's not fair because he was attacked on the first that you were attacked. You're so dramatic. It's outrageous.
Yeah. Attacked is a strong word.
But he did say something that I've told you guys too in the past. So I'm a little bit on the fence about this. I do think that when you are in a relationship, your issues, unless they are physically, emotionally, or financially harming you, should be between you and your partner. And so he said our issues should be private and we should work them out between each other. What were your thoughts on that? Because I do, generally speaking, think that that's should be true. But again, like I said, if it's physically, financially, emotionally harming you, then you should tell everyone and open your mouth as loud as you can. But what do you think, Abby?
I think that's something that you can establish in the relationship. He can say, hey, she asked me about these things last night. I had a conversation with her, but like moving forward, I would prefer if we kept those things to ourselves. But you also have to be careful, ladies, because the history of gossip has been that men don't want us to gossip so that we hide their bad behavior. So I completely understand where Linda coming from, where she says, you know, these things should be between a couple, but you have to have a gauge for what's between a couple, such as he ate my leftovers that I wanted to eat today. You know, like you maybe you don't have to share that, but as far as like somebody physically harming you, you absolutely want to share that with somebody that's going on. If you need help escaping a situation, you want to share that that's going on. Just be careful. Like if you just get bored one day, literally look up the history of gossip, and that's what it is. It's men wanting women not to talk about their bad behavior.
That's a great fact to know. And I think we were saying the same thing, right? So, you know, use your wisdom. If it doesn't feel right, share it, right? If it doesn't feel right, share it. And share it with everyone so that they know, right? Because you all know that I'm true crime fanatic, and it is about isolating. It's about control and all of those things. So please just like It's not that. I'm just saying, like, stupid little stuff like, he ate my leftovers and now I'm mad at him and now I got to make, like, that's just stupid stuff. Do you know what I mean? That makes sense. All right. So then Vanya brings up this hanging up situation. He's again claiming to be victim. He's like, oh, well, I was in a new place and I don't know anyone and you're my only support system out here. Again, are you a doctor? Because, like,
are you an adult of any kind?
Right, because I know you don't travel, I'm just confused by this. What do you mean you don't know anyone? You fucking, okay, sorry. No TED Talk, Linda.
Okay. Well, let's just talk about some things that you can do if you're on your way to meet someone and they are out of touch with you for an hour, let's say. What can you do during that hour to fill your own time as an adult with free will, a vehicle, and money?
Are you going to start or shall I?
You go ahead.
Okay, so first of all, look around in your surroundings. You could absolutely go sightseeing. I'm sure there are that's free. I'm sure there are historical buildings, historical places that you can look up. You can look at what the cultural food is and find a great little restaurant or cafe or a bar, whatever is up your alley that you want to explore and have that experience. You could go to a hotel. You know, the hotels when you're in other cities, beautiful. You can explore those hotels. There's always like things to look at, architecture. You can get a bite to eat. You can get a coffee. You can get a tea. You could go explore a garden. There's a garden or a park or anything like that.
Yeah.
You could go to, if you like adventures, you could go and do like an activity like ATVing or bike riding or what. There are so many things. I could go on for an hour. I don't understand. When I'm traveling, I am never bored. I am never bored because I actually run out of time. And then I get disappointed because, I was like, I want to do this. I want to do that. I want to do this. I went to the lake. I went golfing. We didn't go canoeing, but we walked along the shoreline. We went for dinner. We did a cooking class. I learned how to make sushi and spring rolls and matcha. Like, stop it. Just stop it.
You know what else you could do? You could take this device right here and you could open the app that's called Weather. And you could check what the weather was going to be and say, we might not be able to paddleboard because of the weather. Let me find another app called Viator, maybe. What other activity could we do tomorrow as a backup plan for paddleboarding? Basically, you could adult instead of just calling her repeatedly over and over again when she is clearly busy.
So, yeah. So she starts crying. She feels like he's done like a bait and switch on his personality. And she calls him out on it. Like, are you a different guy as a friend versus a different guy as in a relationship as a boyfriend? Because she's starting to have some doubts. Listen, y'all. I'm not seeing it. And if you all see it in the live chat, let Abby and I know what you're seeing. I don't see it with these two.
And be specific. Do you find him attractive physically and in personality? And if so, do you find them attractive together, like as a couple? Because I need to know what's going on with me. I don't see it.
And I need to know what's going on with me because I find him just to be like a whiny bee and I'm not into it. And I'm just because again, what type of doctor are you? Do you guys know doctors? Because they have a lot of confidence. They have this like holier than thou that sometimes is ridiculous, but it's not this, and they're not slob like the tea. Like, just please let Abby and I know. I'm moving on to Gino and Natalie. I don't know a lot of them. I feel like this whole situation is crazy. I thought it was funny that Gino called whatever Uncle Marco was doing, talking babies and stuff, was a blessing. This is not the type of blessing. He blessed your relationship, did he? Is that how you Americans do it, Abby?
I,
I was like, is that what an American blessing looks like? Y'all eat.
I've never seen such a thing. Maybe that's an Italian thing. I don't know.
Someone tell me, because I just didn't see it. But Natalie's feeling a little bit of speed. She feels like this is moving a little fast for her, and she felt like Uncle Marcos was coming in hot, talking about marrying and getting married and kids and all of this. And then we learned from Gino that he says that he wants to have a child of his own.
Since the producers have decided to just start asking people questions when they're doing their like one-on-one confessional type things, somebody ask him why. Why do you want to have a child? What do you think that you can contribute to the life of a young person? Because I would like him to answer that question.
And also, Gina, like, what is that going to look like? Are you going to continue? Like, okay, just what is that going to look like? And not only why, do you have the means to support a family and a child? Because I just don't. I feel like you need to work on yourself. I feel like you need to work on yourself and your issues, because you being someone, I guess I just can't picture you being someone's father and having the wisdom and knowledge just but from adulting to put that wisdom and knowledge into a young person. I just don't see it.
Yeah.
You need to spend some years working on yourself and your issues before you, I don't know, just like expose a child to all your nonsense.
His complete nonsense. And then he says nonsensical things, like at some point during this segment, he says, there are no quality women out there, or it's hard to find a quality woman. I'm like, what is Gino even talking about?
That part.
Everywhere I turn, I bump into a quality woman.
That part. And maybe you're not meeting quality women because you're not a quality man. I don't know.
I mean, gag is he has met quality women. He just hasn't treated them right.
Because he's not a quality man.
Yeah. So like, it's not like you're going to bring out that goodness in somebody when you are the way that you are.
Facts. So they get to Gino's house, and it looks different than the last time I remember. Did you notice that at all, Abby, that his house looks different than the last time we saw him and Jasmine in it?
Yeah, I don't remember, and this could just be me, I don't remember him and Jasmine ever being up and down stairs.
No, so maybe he moved, I don't know, but they're at his house. This part is just, I don't know. They fooled around. They haven't had sex yet. He wants it to be the night. So he pulls out his Crown Royale and pours some drinks and thinks that tonight's going to be the night. And, Abby.
This is so old.
The thing is, it's like, okay, I just want to say this. We already know that he has sexual dysfunction, right? And so I would like for us to do some adult things. And by that, I mean, have some conversations, because now you've set the you brought alcohol into it. You guys have fooled around. Now you guys have set the expectations to be something, and it's not going to be this because you have, sexual dysfunction. And I mean, maybe you took a pill and you decided this was the day, but like moving forward with someone that you say that you want to be in a long-term committed relationship with, I just feel like that's a conversation you should have before you have sex for the first time with someone, so that they know A, what they're getting into, and B, is it sustainable for the long term? Is it something that you will be okay with? As a woman, I would want to know. Do you know what I mean? Because for me, as you guys know, I'm quick to leave. I'm not gonna like, I don't want any surprises there. I don't want any surprises. Let's talk about it. And then if I decide, yeah, you know what, I can work with that, then we move forward. But what you're not about to do is plaster me up with alcohol and pretend that it's going to be a good time for, you know, I don't know if I can say this, but I'm going for a 10-second pump and dump. Like, no, absolutely not.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
She's happy. Natalie's happy that he's decided that he's not going to talk to any other women. Dear other women, Abby and I are very active on our social media. Please feel free to reach out to us and say, hey, I'm the other woman. I just want to know who you ladies are. And it can be in confidence. We don't need to share who you are, but I would just like to ask you a few questions.
Mm-hmm.
Please feel free to reach out to us. DM, we will get back to you. And just ask a few questions, because clearly I'm being biased because I actually don't see it. So when he says that he's decided that he's not going to talk to any other women, if that's indeed true and you are the other women, prove me wrong.
Right.
Please prove me wrong.
I'm so interested to know that you're not a bot or a scam.
That part. And then,
and to be clear, I'm okay with him being scammed. Go forth and prosper.
Then, I mean, we talked about this, so I'm not going to go into depth, but when he said that he's having a hard time finding quality women, again, you have to be a quality man to find quality women. And the women that you've had in the past have been quality. You've been the problem.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So Natalie is hopeful because he wants to be exclusive. They start kissing. I wasn't grossed out by their kissing, surprisingly. And then she hints that she's ready to go to bed, and he doesn't catch the hint. And that's how I knew what was going to happen upstairs was going to be terrible, because she hinted and hinted. Women, she hinted hinted for like 10 minutes, and he didn't get it. Really? You're tired? You did?
Yeah. And then he was so juvenile, like when he was talking about it, just such a teenager.
Then we find out that he hasn't been intimate in a year and a half. But he wants to, quote, prove to her that he's the man that she deserves. I said, Abby, you know what I said? Abby, do you know what I said? Go ahead and take off your hat, and let's start there.
Mm-hmm. Yes, let's start there. Let's start there with you being able to be honest and comfortable with who you are and your body, because until or unless you do, we're not even moving in the right direction. I so much prefer somebody who edges on arrogance like Sarper versus somebody who edges on like low self-esteem but puffery like Gino. 100%. By the way, Sarper's going to be in DC soon, you guys. I might go see his comedy show.
So I saw his show when he was in LA, and he absolutely is worth it. Abby, you should absolutely go. He's actually really, really funny, you guys. He's really funny.
Yeah, I might.
All right, moving on to Liz.
Liz and Vija.
Is it Vija?
No, I just made that up. It's Via.
Okay, Via. Okay. Because I was like, you guys know how I am with names. Names and saying. Names and saying. They're at the pool.
Fuck? I mean, what was that about, Liz?
They're at the pool doing a Zumba workout. I love that. Like, take me to a resort. I want to do all those things. Remember when I can't even think of his name now because he's so pathetic. Remember when Tony was complaining like he didn't know what to do? Like, this is something. Go and do a workout class. Like, there's so many things. Anyways, they're working out. And then after the workout, they sit poolside. And I thought it was interesting. This is the first time you guys are seeing that production put a bunch of extras in the back. And they were extras. And I'll tell you how you know they were extras. If they don't blur out the face, they're placed there. They've signed a waiver and said, you are going to be on this show. And that's what they did. It was so weird to me because they normally don't do that. So I was like, oh, this is like a set scene. And I'll also tell you that they filmed this scene multiple times because the way they panned it and the people in the background, you know that this was not one take. This was multiple takes and from different angles. Anyways, that's production talk. Liz has a secret all of a sudden. So she's been spending time with Via. And, you know, Abby and I have told you when you're on holiday and you're on vacation, vacay bae can be just that. And that's fine. And it should be that. So this whole segment was confusing to me. So she's been spending time with Via, but she's also dating someone back home, which is something new, which was her secret that she didn't mention. And his name is Alec. Apparently, they clicked right away. He wants to be in a relationship with her. She's never been single in her whole life. She's always gone from relationship to relationship. So this trip was about her figuring out whether she wants to be single and date or go home and be in another relationship. Do you want to add to that before I go off, Abby?
No. Let's please go. Go, Linda, go. Go, Linda, go.
Because she's developed feelings for Via, and I'm confused. What are you conflicted about? This is the fling that you said that you wanted. Now you're trying to take your holiday bae into your real life when this is not real life. You are at a resort. You were in the Dominican Republic having a good time. So guess what? Everything is going to be a good time because you're on holidays. Oh, you can go dance classing, you could go boating, you could be drinking, you could be dancing. Guess what? You're just doing all those things every day. And it's just so amazing. He seems amazing. This has to work out. We definitely are vibing. You're vibing on the good times. Guess what? When you go home, you not only have your health to deal with, you have bills to deal with, you have a job to deal with, you have a car payment to deal with, you have rent or a mortgage to deal with, you have to pay your light bill, you have to make dinner, you got to go grocery shopping. So those day-to-day things, that's real life. What do you know about his real life? Oh, nothing. Guess what? You've not been in his environment. He hasn't been in your environment. You guys know nothing about each other. You don't even probably know his last name at this point. So you develop what feelings? Because lust and love are different things. Meeting someone in your environment and meeting someone, and I'm not saying you can't meet someone on holidays, but like, why are we having discussions? Why are you guys why is everything a discussion? Why? Just have a good time and keep it pushing. Why do we have to sit down and have a conversation about everything? You didn't even need to tell him you were dating someone because you're not even serious about that's not your man. That's someone that wants to be your man. So you didn't even have to tell him because guess what? Via's not your man either. It's
right. This is unnecessarily complicating things. She didn't need to tell him about her diagnosis. She didn't need to tell him about this other person. Girl, just have fun where you are and go home, because this is not something that is intended to become serious from my perspective. Perhaps we're wrong, but me and Linda are rarely never wrong. One of us is right.
Exactly. So the other thing I didn't like, and proves to me that I just feel like Sophie's not a girl's girl. So Liz tells Julia and Sophie this big secret, right? That she's got a man at home or dating someone at home, but she's having feelings for Vila, so she's confused and blah, blah, blah. And Sophie, instead of saying, hey, you know what? Just have a good time and enjoy and date like how I'm dating. I actually have a man that thinks we're an exclusive relationship, but I'm about to go on a date. Instead of saying something like that, she says that she feels Liz is being shady for not telling Via that she is dating back home. And this is where I was like, this is exactly why you're not a girl's girl. You literally, you don't even know this fool. Have you even had a conversation with Via? Because you're choosing the man again over your friendship. She is spilling her guts to you, thinking that she can be vulnerable and get your women on women opinion, but instead you go to camera and say she's being shady.
Mm-hmm.
I hate
Mm-hmm.
I hate that. I hate that. I hate that. I hate that some women can be your worst enemies.
Yeah. So now that you see these examples, you guys, like apply them to your real life. Identify women around you who are entirely too male centered and just slowly start your descent away from that because it's never going to be an improvement in your life. And sometimes it can lead you into some very dangerous situations.
That part. And the fact that they're going to leave her for 4 days to go on dates. It's just, okay.
Yeah.
So Via shows up at Liz's door to pick her up for her dance lessons date. Thought it was super cute that they included Julia because Julia loves to dance, as we know. They are gonna do the merengue and manchetta lessons, and Julia again because she's a good time. She's like, "I'm gonna pick that guy because he's good vibes." Yes, yes, Julia, and so are you. She feels nervous around him because she likes him. She's feeling hot. She feels like she's falling for him. But she's also conflicted because either it's going to be Via or Alec. And again, it doesn't like it's just it doesn't have to be like that, you guys. You could just date until you figure it out. And this could just be a fling and feel good in the moment, and that's okay too. My note says Julia's a girl's girl and I love her. I do. So after their dance class, Julia pulls Liz aside and just says, just tell him it's not a big deal. Just be honest and it's not a big deal. And Liz makes it a big deal. She's worried that she's going to hurt his feelings. So she sits down and can we talk, which is also like, whenever you say that, hey, can we talk? It already puts someone in the defensive because then they think it's a big deal because you're making it a big deal. And then they order their drinks. She tells him that she's developing feelings for him. He says he is too. They have a great connection. She tells him that she came on the trip to work on herself. She has someone back home that she's been seeing. He asked how serious, which was a direct question, easy to say, hey, it's not that serious. He's not my man. But instead, she says she doesn't know. You don't know how serious it is, Liz. You don't know. I don't know what woman doesn't know the level
I'm serious.
In a relationship.
You wanted to bring it up, but you don't know how serious it is. You sound ridiculous.
You don't know. Then she goes on to say that she wants to embrace being single, but she's not sure where things can go between them because she's not sure what's happening back home. And then he says, which I just like, was there a relationship conversation that I missed? Because he says that he feels he's been wasting his time, that he's been deceived and betrayed. I don't understand the English language, but I thought I grasped what deceived and betrayed meant, but maybe I'm wrong.
Because, mind you, there was no DTR. No, there wasn't.
Confusing because You guys are on holiday at a resort, just having a good time together. Did y'all even sleep together? Did you guys have a conversation about long term? Do you even know what city he lives in? Do you know when his birthday is? For him, do you know that she has a kid? Do you know where she worked? Like I could, but you all feel deceived and betrayed?
Yeah, those words
Deceived.
were too strong. Those words are like I could understand him feeling like, well, I thought we were headed in a different direction. I would understand him saying that, but him saying he feels deceived, betrayed, that's a bridge too far.
How about just answer the question? How serious is it, the guy that you're dating back home? You can say it's not that serious. Okay, great. Let's continue, have a good time, and see where it goes from there. End of conversation.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
And it definitely didn't need to start with, let's talk. Can we talk? I need to talk to you about something. Girl, just go, just have your lunch or whatever y'all were having after the dance class. Okay?
Drinks.
But what do we know? What do we know?
What do we know? Do you want to add anything before I move on, unfortunately, to this last duel?
So who do you think would win? Like we had a poll on Instagram for who was the worst guy out of Rick, Beercon, and Jovan, and Rick won like so hard. But if we put Rick up against Colt,
Oof.
what would happen? You know what? I'm gonna make a bracket.
Let's do a bracket. Yes, let's do that. Because let me tell you, that is a hard one. Colt or Rick? I'm gonna go Colt all day long.
You got Colt over Rick, because we have seen Colt destroy multiple lives at this point. We've seen him implode his own romantic situation over and over and over again. And Rick's just getting started.
Rick, not okay. We've seen Colt implode. We've seen he's lazy. We've seen he's a lying, cheating, no good for nothing, lazy SOB. But we know this villain. Rick is just a passport bro predator. We know that villain as well. So if I had to put the two together, Colt by far. What do you guys think? Let's do the bracket thing. Let us know in the live chat. Let us know in the replay. I'm sure someone, Abby, will clip this. We'll put it out there. This is a good poll. That being said, Colt is up. He misses Courtney. Courtney's a screensaver. Colt is diabolical. Colt is misogynistic. No good for nothing. Poor behavior, lazy SOB. Screensaver. She's your screensaver. This whole thing was crazy to me. Okay. He calls her, of course. Bravo, Courtney. Sent him straight to voicemail. He tries to manipulate her and say, hey, are you okay? Yeah, fool. She broke up with you. She's fine. She broke up with you. She's fine. It's been 5 days. Mama Debbie couldn't convince Courtney to give him a second chance. He literally had his mama fighting his battles because that's how immature and no good for nothing. We got some votes in. Lori says Colt, hands down. Hey, Lori and Peggy. Peggy says Colt for sure.
Yeah.
So Mama Debbie couldn't help him. And then this is the part that really pissed me off, you guys. He says that he was reliant on Courtney for everything. Feeding him, clothing him, mama doing the laundry, being a full-time nurse to him, that he, quote unquote, you guys, felt trapped. And he needed Diana, the Brazilian girl, to help him escape from that reality. When I say that I want to punch this fool in the face, I want to punch him in the face. So let me get this straight. You're homeless. You can't walk. You're not healthy because you keep breaking your legs because you know what? You never do any walking. It's atrophy. That's why you keep falling, because you never walk. This whole egg-shaped situation, you rolling in your wheelchair, it's not because you were born that way, it's because you're lazy. Then this woman who's kind and beautiful says, hey, you can come home with me. And she feeds you. She shaves you. She wipes your ass. Her mom does your laundry. You live rent-free in your own room. And then you're trying to tell me and the audience and Abby that it was too much for you. You felt trapped. You better get, you know what?
He bit the hand that fed him.
You felt trapped? Well, what world? Okay. So he calls Diana, FaceTimes her, okay? Zooms her, whatever you want, face to face, FaceTimes. Diana looks exactly like his ex, Jess, by the way. Exactly. Glasses, red hair, and all. Facial features, the whole thing. He has a type.
Mm-hmm.
Courtney already messaged Diana and said, hey, listen, I've been dating this fool for months, and he had been lying not only to Courtney, but to Diana, because men lie. And so Courtney knew nothing about Diana, but Diana knew nothing about Courtney. So she's angry and said that, you should have told me you were in a full-on relationship and you had a full-time nurse that you were also being romantic with, that you obviously didn't appreciate and you took advantage of. You should have told me all those things, because you told me you loved me. And he's like, I do love you, but I also love Courtney. And this is where it just went downhill, you guys. This is why Colt is worse than Rick. So Colt throws out words like, I love you, I want to be with you, but he just throws it out to any woman that is going to accept it. So he says, Diana, I love you, but I also love Courtney. Then he says to her, after obviously being shady, after lying, after getting caught, hey, do you still want me to come to Brazil? And she's like, well, no, because I feel like you're making me your last option. And he's like, yeah, I don't know what I'm doing in my life right now. I love you, but I also love Courtney. She literally says, I gotta go. And she hangs up. He says to the producers that Diana was his quote outlet and Courtney was his girlfriend. And now he's lost both, but he wants to, listen to me, you guys, fight to get her back. Fight to get her back. The producer then says, which one? And he says, good question.
Loser.
Definitely culty. Listen, y'all. We're not doing cults in our life. Absolutely. What is he even bringing to the table? The amount of laziness that is wrapped up in this individual is unfathomable. His own mother left a whole country to get away from him. And guess what? She's trying to pawn him off on these women because she's done. She's like, I'm not babying this loser anymore. I got my own life, my own man. I'm not trying to let him bring me down. I am not going to be Debbie Downer. That was funny. What do you want to add? Because that's all I have.
So, guys, in the replay, in the live chat, who else do you want to see on the 90-day worst guys of 90-day bracket? We're going to do Colt for sure. You're going to see Rick on there. But who else should we put? We're going to do like a top 8 and then take it down to number 1. Who else do you want to see on the bracket? And I'm going to come.
Has to be on this list.
Gino, okay. We've got a couple votes for Gino.
Mike, who was the fart Mike.
Fart Mike.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. He was he actually was in the creepy, gross category too. If you guys remember Mike, he was with Mike and Hemina, and they were on the Before the 90 Days, I think, or 90 Day the other way. One of those two they were on.
So yeah, Mike has to be on it. Jeffrey, who was the DV guy that's in jail. Big Ed, Daniel. I mean, I could list all of them, but you guys have some ideas. But if you can't think of any, I can give you more because I've been watching since season 1, and there are plenty of them, plenty that should be in the bracket. All right, you guys, happy Friday. Have an amazing weekend. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And, if you're not following us on social media, please come and follow us because you're missing out on all these fun polls, the brackets, the, how do I say it? Like, tat. I don't know.
The back and forth, the comments. You guys, the comments are often just a lot of fun. So I appreciate all of you who leave comments on the Instagram just to see how we're seeing things differently sometimes, and also to be affirmed, and also just because I like it. I like when you comment. I like when you like. That lets us know what we need to do more of.
Yeah, the interacting is really great. And some of you guys are literally comedians. I'll wake up and see a bunch, like, I can't, not Slick Rick, but someone said something. Abby, you know what I'm talking about? Someone said something so funny.
Rick the Trick.
Rick the Trick. That is a moniker I can get behind.
Yeah.
Rick.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. Thanks, ladies. See you soon. Bye for now.
Ta-ta.